Hi, guys. Welcome, welcome. Figured I'd come on a couple minutes early because there's people here already. Hi, Rosemary. Hi, Sandy. I hope you're doing good. You're in time. This is the final print from the last live where I did that long haul on the plate with the emulsion stencil. So yeah, I decided to pull up the entire plate because there's some great stuff on the edges. So I got all that on here, and this is my Yasutomo sketch paper, the rice paper I'm using. Hello, Darcy. Hi, Anne. Hi, Elizabeth. Hey, Zal. Welcome, welcome. Don't forget to hit that like button on the way in, guys. Much appreciated. Hi, Mary Brown. Hi, Christina. Hi, Alyssa. It's good to see everybody. All right, so let me pull this because this is I'm not jelly printing today. I'm doing other stuff, but I wanted to show you this. If you were here if you watched the last live stream, I did a long haul with the stencil emulsion from PM Studio that Brad designed. Hi, Eric. How are you? Welcome. And so this is what was left on the plate. And let's see here. Hi, Jill. This has been on the plate pretty much since that day. I don't know how many days that was, sometime last week. So it's had plenty of time to cure. So this should pull everything up that was on that plate. I'll explain what I did in a moment. Ah, yes, emotional damage. That's a good one, Darcy. Hi, Lynn. Welcome. All right, little by little, almost there. Okay, so this is the final print from that session, and I love the frame on the design. Just turned out really, really cool. So this was a combination of Arctic blue and teal, and there was one other color, but I can't remember. But they're pretty much in the same family. I think I might have added some white. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know, um, but before I did a pull color, I have some this bottle of Azo Gold that was almost empty, and I added airbrush medium to it. So it's pretty liquidy. So I did a layer of that, and I let that dry, and that's how I got all this speckled goodness and this selling and all that stuff along the edges. So once that dried, then I put down that final pull color, which is almost like a robin's egg blue, that I thought would work really well with the oranges and the other colors. There's some purples in here. So I thought that this one turned out pretty good. It's got some good shiny business. The design is nice and clear. I love it. Now I got two more to pull. They weren't from a live stream, they were from something else I was doing, but yeah, I thought you should see them too. Oh, here's one. Okay. So in these two, I was using one of Sophia's stencils, and forgive me, I can't remember the name. Hey, Mo, how are ya? This one has been on probably as long as the other one, so it's pretty stuck, but so I'm gonna give it I'm gonna be patient pulling it here. Oof. And forgive me. So basically, I think what I did is I did a layer of, because there was some leftovers. See, that's the leftovers I was trying to pull, the design. And I put down a layer of green gold paint and I sprayed it with water and I let that do its thing. And so you can see, especially here, like the effect of the water. Um, and then after that, once that was all dry, I pulled it with unbleached titanium. And that's what we've got here. I thought this was really cool. It's not like super in your face, but it's got some really cool, interesting um, stuff going on. Really, really well. All right. One more. So I finally got my Liquitex metallic in blue. And this print was the same stencil. I believe it was from the same session and had the blue paint in the design. Make sure I crack my edges here. So, how's everyone doing today? It's Monday, if you didn't know. Okay. So I pulled this one with the metallic blue. This also had a layer of paint that I sprayed with water as well. Can't remember what color it was. It was another blue. So this is basically, these are all blues. All blues. This one's tough. Yeah, this is that stencil. Yeah, exactly, Anne. This is the stencil version of that stamp. And so this was pulled with the blue metallic from Liquitex. Where are you? I just had it here. Somewhere around here. It's hiding. Here it is. This right here. I thought that was a great combo. Fun design. Oh, thank you, Mo. Put that in there. Sketchy scallop stencil by Sophia. And like Ann says, there's a stamp for it too, which is awesome. I am setting you here over here. Okay. Got a box of stamps. Got a bunch of foam stamps here. So we're gonna do some stamping today. You can't see them yet, but I got ink pads and ink sprays all over the place. My fingers are messy because I've been playing for the last couple of days. Let me show you what I made. So speaking of Sophia, if y'all follow her on Instagram or on Makers, she does this really awesome stamping with her designs, and she just makes this really cool paper. So I was kind of bored and I was watching some stuff online, and I decided to put my hands to work. And I had all these pieces of scrap paper in strips. So I pulled out my stamps and inks and did some stamping. So kind of, there we go. I think I can get them all in there. So it's all, these are all ink some ink pads. This one's using one of my newest ones. The octagon stamp. This one's the itty bitty mushrooms. It's one of the itty bitty stamps. Hey, Dorothy, how are you? This I think is one of Darcy's flower centers. The heart. This is I think this is Darcy. Is this you as well? This swirly one. And these are my cicadas up here. These just came out. I have my lantern flies. My tumbling or my unraveling squares. This is another one by Sophia. Here's another fun one. I like this one, using one of Darcy's flower centers. Hi, Dorothy. Hi, Alicia. Oh, and I love this one. This is the Splash Itty Bitty stamp. Look how cool that looks. It's all the same stamp. It's just a bunch of different colors that I went and stamped out. But I thought these were great little strips to use in whatever projects, you know. I did these this morning on some yellowish, just like sort of straw looking cardstock. Hi, Chiquita. How are you? These are some silicone mushroom stamps I had of those. Those are the only mushroom stamps I have, and they're small. There. And this is another itty bitty stamp. I forget the name. Apologies. Okay, and then this is my extrovert squares. It's extrovert. I don't know. It's one of my square stencils, stamps. I have it in the box here. Pull it out later. And these were just 3 different types of red inks that I had. I was like, I'll just do a monochromatic one. And this is Becky's stamp. I forget what it's called. But that's just the stamp, different colors. Another one of mine. This is kernels. And this one I actually had cut off. It comes in a set of 3 kernels. And I cut one off and just use it singly that way. Well, I do have, yeah, I've done that before, Chiquita, definitely. You can make washi tape. I actually have some washi paper. I meant to pull it out to use, but I'll find that later. And then this is just Carnival wet strength tissue, stamped over and over with, basically it was one color. And then I did it with a lighter blue. It was like a green color, then lighter blue. But see, if you use it enough ink, it goes through the other side. So both sides kind of look the same almost, which I love. So that'll be fun to play with. So this is basically, I'm building my stash here and using my stamps and doing fun stuff. So, hi, Karen. How are you? Hi, Saul. Welcome, welcome. Don't forget to hit that like button, guys. Much appreciated. It lets people know that we're over here doing some fun stuff and playing around. Give a closer look at these. So, if anything, I got some cool backgrounds for whatever. Can definitely add stuff over these too. Can even gel print over them if I wanted to. Can change them up that way as well. These are my spotted lantern flies. So, where do we start? Where shall we start? Here, let's just start with. Here, I cut up some. I found my Bristol paper. Remember, Karen was talking about how she just discovered it and loves it. And I forgot I had some of this. So this is just plain white Bristol paper. It's got a smooth surface. And I cut a bunch up to stamp on. Let's see, let me find a stamp. I'm going to use this so it doesn't get all over on my desk. Let's see here. I got to find a smiley one in my mess. Here, let's use this one. This is the rainbow itty bitty, the new one. Use this one. And like I said, I got all different inks here. So let me just decide on the colors that I want to use. Here, let's do, I've got orange blossom here. This is goldenrod and spice marmalade. It's blended. Someone gave me these. Oops. No, that one's on the floor. And then I've got this one here. Let's just orange it up. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Start. That's very dark. This must have been, unless I've got ink from my last session on here. Although this one might be, the stamp head may have been contaminated prior to my receiving. It could be just there was ink already, black ink already on the stamp. See, it's kind of fading away. So I'm not using like a stamp pad, whatever, to cushion it. I don't really feel like I need it with these foam stamps sometimes. But you know, if that makes you more comfortable, go for it. All right, put that up. Throw out some paper here. Just using an old there's a grocery bag to stamp off on. Rub some of that extra stuff off. There we go. Let's try this little orange one. This was just called Tangerine Twist, Gina K. I don't know if y'all know about Gina K. I don't. They're juicy stamps though. Now, from what P showed us, kind of come in here and then just see if I get it closer. Then it's hi Caroline, how are you? See, the trick is kind of trying to get it lined up, but if it doesn't, it's all good. So this one might be kind of similar to that. So let me get a little bit different here. Okay, let's try this lighter yellow, which I wonder. Let me test this out here. This scrap. Hi, Shannon. Okay, that'll work. It's yellow enough. Hi, Cindy. I'm just gonna go wacky. I'm gonna go with this like right in the middle here. Of these. I know. It's interesting looking, right? It's a fun one. All right. Put that one there. Let's get some larger paper here. You can use this Paisley one. We'll do my purple. Where are my purples at? Got milled lavender and chipped sapphire. And so I kind of want to do this in threes. And then I have, maybe I'll do a blue. Purple and blue. Here, we'll do this one. I'll do the broken china. How about that? Stamp. It's inky fun, right, Karen? It's good stuff. Let's see here. Let me think. I'm just gonna here. Take your time. And you don't have to wiggle these. When you wiggle these, they tend to kind of blur. Unless that's what you're going for, then, have at it. But just, some slight pressure is all you need, really. Hi, Carol. How are you? Okay. Kind of like what I'm doing is kind of like trying to create like wallpaper, so it looks like it's cut out of one larger piece. All right. I'll find here. Oh, thank you, Mo. I always forget. This one is by Estella. So I know Rhonda has one too. And they're both fabulous, but I think I only have the Estella one. So this one is chipped sapphire. Oh, really? It's a good name, Carol. Tell you what. This one kind of is on the blue side, but it looks purple in the stamp. But what are you gonna do? Give that a second to dry. That's right, Darcy. You can wipe these like that. There's no damage done. Now I do have this with I do have this purple here. This is actually purple. Dusty Concord or Concord, but in these parts we say Concord because that's appropriate. I mean, it's correct. There you go. That's purple. Let's see, get some here, there. There you go. Easy background. And I love the Bristol paper because it's nice and sturdy. It doesn't go through to the other side. So if you did want to do something on the other side, you can. But that's pretty good. Kind of bummed I kind of muffed it on there, but that's okay. We could put a sentiment there. We could put something cool there. Right, Karen? Speaking of which, here, we'll do this. I know they're here somewhere. I know I pulled it out. The right one. Hello, Casey. You see the working man. Here we go. This is what we're gonna do. All right, I need guess we'll just do it in black, maybe. Hi, Lynn. We got Lynn's here today, 2 Lynn's. So this is from Karen's new stamp collection of her words. That's peace. Got peace, joy, love, and grace. Sorry, it's easier to see here. I didn't do a very good job there, but it's there. That's all that matters. But they stamp beautifully. And this is Karen's own handwriting. She's got beautiful handwriting. Let's see here. Keep going. Just keep going. Make sure my hands are not covered in wet ink. Let's do, this is my shaman. Let's do, this one is Morning Glory. I'll use the larger one here. I kind of like trying to just stagger them, not necessarily like exactly over each other or whatever, but you know, you get the idea. You smell what I'm stepping in, right? There we go. Yeah, let's get a little cheeky little shaman right there. Oh, you were vibing with me, Karen. I was pulling them out this morning. So I got to use my Taínos. Okay. Let's get another color here. And we don't have to do blue. We can do, let's see. Pick a color. Okay. A, B, or C. Let me know in the chat. A, B, or C for ink for my next color. Oh, it is Casey. I was doing that this weekend. I showed some earlier. Look, I did these earlier this weekend. Look, Casey, have you seen my new cicadas? Can you use these in some of your journals, Mr. Casey? And then I did these here, these fun strips, which can also be altered if you gel print over them. This one's my favorite. That's the little splash mini stamp or itty bitty stamp. That one. And then this one, very retro with Darcy's, one of her flower centers. Move you out of my way. Okay. All right, I'm missing that little one. All right, I'm gonna go with A. Crushed olive. And these are, I'm not using the oxides, I'm just using the distress inks. And no, these are not, these are, water activated. So just be aware. But you can certainly set them with a spray fixative if you want. I try and like do the top on one end and then use the bottom for the other side. Uh-oh, something went wrong. Ooh, I lost my feed for a second. I hope I didn't lose you guys. I think you're still here. All right. Okay, good. So it was just my side. Just what I saw on the screen went away. It's very disconcerting when that happens. All right. Baby wipe helps too. Okay. Stay there. So, do we think an orange? I think orange would be cool. Let me see here. Some spiced marmalade. He was using Versify. I've got the thing in time to dry. Yeah, they'll be great. Yeah, there you go, Casey. I mean, being left-handed too, I got to be careful because I'll go like this and just smudge over everything. Start this way so I don't smudge. Oops. Yep. Lit it in there. Here we go. Not too bad. You can always come in and like do some like splashes or some splattering, but it's a good foundation. Make 2 cards out of it. I can fold it, make 1 card, send it down to my folks, my peeps in Puerto Rico. All right. Let's get moving along. And that's what I find so relaxing, Karen, is just like the repetition, the layering, and the colors, picking the colors. So let's do. Here it's Pride Month. We'll do some Out Loud and Proud. Start. Where are you? Where are you? Start with Tattered Rose. I don't know. Sometimes I like to start with the lighter colors. That's it. Oh, right. Yeah, exactly, Casey. Like this one. Where is it? This one's very 3D kind of vibe. Just start. I'm going to start in the center. Let's just start in the center. And we can move around. And this is in my own handwriting. It's not a font. That is my very own digital scratching because I did it with my Apple Pen or Apple Pencil, what do we call it? Now this is a juicy stamp. You see how it's sticking? Right, Casey? It would probably look kind of funky. Be a trippy effect. Now I've got to source out some 3D glasses. All right. So Tattered Rose. was that? This dried marigold. I don't know if I've tried that one. Let's try it. All right, Ma. I'll see what I can do. No promises. Okay. Sometimes the layout comes out better when I don't think about it. I just do it. Other times it don't. It usually works better if I just start just do it. All right, greens and oranges there. Some of this faded jeans, but I'm gonna try and clean this a little bit better because the orange and that blue. What will orange and blue make? Guys, that's quiz. Orange and blue. We'll make it like a brownie gray. So we'll try and get rid of as much of that as I can. There we go. So good. You're funny, Cameron. Oh, really? Sorry. I hope it's not making you dizzy now, Casey. Some say I was born dizzy. Maybe that's why it doesn't bother me. Okay. Need another color up in here. Shall we do that purple? Or let's see, blue. Hi, Irma. How are you? Mm. Fire brick. Let's do fire brick. Yep, California represent here. Got a few people here from the west side of the country. There we go. There we go. Again, I have issues with that center part, leaving it out. Very strange. It's got to be a mental thing. But look how cool that is. And again, I can fold this in half and turn it into a greeting card really easily. So let's see this one. This one, it dries. It's all dry. Now, it does smudge a little bit because of the type of ink it is, but otherwise, it's pretty good. Set these over here. Some fall. That's what I'm thinking, Casey. Fold it in half. You won't notice it. All right, let me find a couple small ones here. Come on. Where are my Darcy's? Darcy, they're so small. They're small like Darcy. Words. Karen's words. Oh, here, let's use these two. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea, Casey, for ATCs. Yep. Oh, really? Good. Awesome, Mary Brown. Oh, which not this box here, Karen, with my beautiful gel prints. It's hard because my camera is really low, so it's hard to see. But yeah, stamps go everywhere. But yeah, this is just another box that we've gotten some packaging and covered up in gel prints. What's another? Do I have another one? This one here too. I've shown this one before. This one's a cool one. Squares. Thank you. All right, let me get these strips back. Do a couple. We'll do some more of these strips here. It's really in the groove the other day doing the strips because it's easy. It's not a ton of space to fill, and you kind of just plug it in. Hi, Keeks. How are you? All right. So we have Darcy's here. They're pretty clean. I gave these a washing yesterday. All right. So these are. What did I do? What am I doing here? Let's do the purple. I like the purple. Yeah, it's tough, Karen. I know. It's one of those situations where you're like, "Oh, I want to do it all with you." But then, you have limitations, obviously, and then you're like, that's expensive. Don't touch that. And it's gets a little wacky, but you do what you can with them, and they'll appreciate it, definitely. They will appreciate you. What's this? This is Maroon Lagoon. Let's go in with the other one. Like my nephew, when we gel printed a lot, he loved using gold. Like I had to buy extra gold because he loved using it in everything. He's like, deal, I need gold. All right, what three colors you're gonna pick, Josiah? Pick three. Gold, always the first one. Blue. Hi, Mariah. How are you? I know. I asked my nephew today, when's your last day of school? He was waiting for the school bus. And not till the end of the month. I'm like, that's a bummer. Well, that's how it goes. I don't remember them getting any snow days this year, though. But You know, could be wrong. I don't really pay attention to those things. Not no more. Uh, let's do this Victorian velvet. Oh, I know. Yeah, they're still, yeah, it's still in school here. Yeah, I think that's what's most important. Just yeah, your time together. And like my nephew saves all the gel prints we did together. So yes, at least he has those memories. So here we can do a fourth color now. Why not? But this has the room. This is like a pinkish. It's like dirty pink here from what was on the stamp. But that's okay. Because it's different from the others. And that's what we want. How can else you make the jelly plate sticky again besides baby oil? Oh, have you tried the mineral oil? I've only used the baby oil. Sometimes what I do is I put a layer of baby oil down, a thin layer, and then just leave it to dry overnight, and that usually helps bring the stickiness back. But if anybody else has a suggestion or a tip for Chiquita, please help a sister out. Okay, Karen, you're like me. Like, okay, no, I ain't got time for this. I got stuff to do. I don't have time for this nonsense. Okay, yeah. So that's what you're going to do before you go spending money on the mineral oil. Take a thin layer of baby oil, spread a thin layer of baby oil over the gel plate. Don't cover it with anything, and just leave it to dry overnight, and it should be good. All right, Casey, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Have a great day at work. Take care. Alicia washes her in soapy water and then she uses the baby oil. There you go. Everybody has a slightly different way, but essentially it's the same thingy that we want to accomplish. So, give that a go. Let us know how it goes. All right, what's this? This is, oh, reminds me of our president, weathered wood. If you know, you know. Go. Oh, and this is part of my unraveled squares stamps. It comes in two sizes, and there's three squares on each stamp. So you can certainly do what I did, which is cut them off to use it individually. Yeah, mine are two. I have two, I think, that are gel elf, little can't say that, gel elf, and then the rest of mine are jelly arts and gel press. And I treat them all the same, and they treat me well back. So can't complain there. No. What else to this? Peeled paint. I was told not to eat the paint, so I just peeled it. My cousin was a lead paint eater, and now she gets terrible migraines. I don't know if one has to do with the other, but just saying. Yeah. And I'm gonna do this. Oops, this blue here. Da, da, da. Love it. I love that effect of like you're kind of not sure what you're looking at, and then you see one thing, and then you see another thing, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Okay, clean you up. I saw this on the YouTubes, not the YouTubes, apologies, the Instagrams or the Instantgrams today. And forgive me, I did not get the person's name. It's one of those things that goes by in your feed, but they were doing a thing with some stamps and sprays. I'm like, let me give that a try. Let me just clean up some stuff here. Get my already stamped stuff away. I just have piles of stuff over there. If you're wondering, just piles. All right, so oh, I don't need these. That's what I'm gonna get these out of the way. Just a few minutes. You and I will never sober. More purple. I got some purple. All right, Chiquita. You want some purple? I got some purple. Actually, the sprays I'm about to use have a couple of purples in there. So let's do it. All right, for this step, you'll require a silicone mat. That's my cooking instructor voice. I'm just kidding. All right, I've got some card, some what is it, oak tag tags. This is the paper this is what they used to call it when I was a kid. It was oak tag. This kind of paper. And I've got some larger stamps. All but this one are mine. This is this is Froyle's. All right. Hi, Adrian. What size is that tag? Right, Shannon? Oak tag. Like I remember, like it was always called oak tag, and that was the good paper. Like I grew up, my mom was a teacher growing up, so you always had that and like the mimeograph machine. All right, this is 5 1/4 by two, 5/8, 2 5/8, almost 2 3/4. Take care, Mo. You're the best. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. And maybe I'll see you at Karen's later. Bye. That's right. Karen goes live today, 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central. Karen, please correct me if I was wrong. So we'll start with this here. So what this person did, they took they had their foam stamp. They were in PM Artist Studio. So it's probably, I'm not going to promote them, but but anyway, they were using a foam type stamp. They added some sprays, and I think they sprayed some water, and then they just took their paper and went down over it and just did a few things, And I think this, I don't know if this is upside down or not, but hey, tis what it is, kind of like this thing, right? And then they had and scrap like another piece of paper, and they would spray some water on their mat and then come in, pick up the extra. They were a little less messy about it than I am, but it's all good. Oh, I got a watercolor cardstock here. Let's try some of this. See, so all kinds of fun backgrounds and stuff. So let's do my hearts. These are hearts. We'll do some purple. And then this lighter, this is like a periwinkle here. A little bit of water, not a lot, a little bit, un poquito. Fun. It's a great way to build a tag, build a fun background. Today, we're just getting messy. All about making a mess. A periwinkle house. Oh, that must be so beautiful. Let's really get in this one. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Pretty, pretty. All right, and then for here, look at that. Lovely. These should dry in no time. It's nice and warm here today, but it's not like blazing hot. Now I wonder, what if I take my stamp here, do this, and then come in. Make sure I got it the right way. There you go. That's one of my words in action stamps. It's my words in action stencil, but I've broken it up into 2 stamps. How cool that is. Let's get some of this. This is one of my, it's a kaleidoscope. Get a little hint of that there. Why not? Oh, that's fun. That's a card right there on its own. All right. So that's a fun one I wanted to show you. So let's see here. Let's do some of this here. And then with this one, we'll do this rose. Yeah, this is rose quartz. Now this stamp had some red on it already, so I think I'm getting more of that than the actual rose quartz, but I'm good with that. I'm okay with that. It's okay. Everything's fine. It's fine. Pull up some of that and then just stamp with it. Go. This is a silicone mat, by the way, if you didn't know, or if I didn't mention. Yeah. Hi, Tammy. How are you? Welcome to the fun. Let's see, there's still some words on there. Yeah. All right, let me let these dry because those are they're getting a little soaked. But let's try that with this larger one. Just a quick wipe up. Yeah, get some of that. It's that inky red, not the spray red. That's what was on there before. I know that. This had a lot of purple left in it. Might spray that again. Here's what I'm gonna do. Here's what I'm gonna do. Let's do be a good spray for this. That's a little darker. A little darker. Or I can just do this. This is black soot. Don't like the line there though. Let me see if I can buff that out a little bit. Kind of, yeah, a little bit. Okay, Karen. Hi, Patty. I'm going to spray some water on here because it does activate the ink. So just touch it here and there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. Some nice hearts on there. Now, I've got some tissue here too. This is Carnival Wet Strength tissue cutoffs from when I cut out my larger sheets to go on the job plate. So let's see here. Definitely gonna get stuff off here. It's a good way to clean up the stamps. And then I've got papers I can use. So, don't waste the ink. And you have all kinds of options using like I said, most of these papers that I started using to do these were just like cutoffs from other projects that I've been saving. So, save your cutoffs and then, you can do some of this stuff with it. There you go. Let's see. This should be plenty left on here too. Do a little spritz. Why did you move, tissue? Why did you move? They're much better. Prints better when the tissue doesn't move on you. I think I got all that. Yeah. Look at that. Nice dirty. Hello, Chi-Town. How are you? Are you done for the day? Or are you out of school already? What's that other one? Okay, so this one is my. Oh, I forgot what I call this one. God, there's so many. This is one of mine. I can't remember all the names. Oh, summer camp. Nice. Are you dancing, Chi-Town? All right, let me move these. And then let's do, let's spray here. Let's do this. See, these spray out hard. These dilutions. All right, let's get some. Do half. This here. There we go. And then the last one, we'll do a little touch and go. This is just plain water, by the way, that I have in my sprayer here. These dilutions are great because they're highly pigmented. Gather all that up. This is fuchsia. Funky fuchsia is what they call it. Dilutions. It's a nice one, yeah. I guess it's, I say I don't do pink, but I got that. So there you go. Let's see, yeah. Right. Let's see. I'm going to spray water first. Then I'm going to come in. It's yellow. It's like lemony yellow. I know, right, Karen? All right. Got that there. Pick up some of this yellow with that. All right. They play nicely together. That nice and grungy. And this one, let's see. Let's spray the periwinkle. And then I'm going to spray it with some water. Funky Cold Medina. There you go. Funky Cold Medina. That's it. Funky Cold Medina. Although, didn't Funky Cold Medina have a specific color? Or am I thinking of something else? I don't know. But look at how it creates really fun stuff when you spray it with the water. Soak it all up. I'm going to hit this with a little bit of yellow here and there. I'm not going to muss around with it, but it's grungy-tastic. And they dry a little bit lighter, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm with you there, Zal. I'm with you on that. some of this up here. I'm gonna use something else. Let's use some of the Bristol paper. Nice. Oops. Like splashing everywhere on me. It was green, right? Okay. I knew there was a color associated with it. Karen, put me in whatever wing has a proper bathroom and Wi-Fi. I don't care what color it is. Cause you know I bougie. Before I create mud, I'm gonna give this a quick wipe. And yes, save these. Girl, no Wi-Fi? You know I'm putting up with that. I bring my own. I'll bring my own. All right, let's stamp now. Let's get some inky poo. Well, I got to check how my stocks are doing, Karen. You know, I'm big into the stock market. Do this. I think I did it right. Purdy. Now, the reason it's spreading like that is because the ink is still wet from the pinks and the yellow. Oh no, Karen, I do that shady stuff like the government does, or the government's doing now. That's the kind of trading I do. And it will come up from the bottom corner, Tambien, as well. Thanks, Keeks. I want to do some of that illegal trading. God, I wouldn't even know where to find the market. While this is here, we've got ink left. I'm gonna just push whatever ink is left on there on here. You know a guy. Well, Karen and Mariah both know guys. Okay. There we go. Just enough. Purdy purdy. Now this one. What do we have here? Mm, 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 mm. What is that? Here's the purple one. Now, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna take some of Karen's words here. What is this? This is Grace. I want to make sure I'm putting it on the paper right, so I'm gonna stamp it out on here first. There we go. Just gonna do a background of words. There we go. Some joy, joy, unspeakable joy. enjoy. What my other one here? I forgot. Peace. There's peace. There's also one that came up on my Instagram yesterday. It was pride, a deeper love, pride, a deeper love. Whoa, 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 whoa. Y'all remember that one? Y'all remember Aretha? People, let me tell you. Nice. Beautiful little. This one, this is for Karen. I did this one for Karen. I know she'd like that one. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Do a little horror. What other stamps do I have here? Let's do this. My cinco círculos, or 5 circles. So, oh, I forgot I had some stuff. These are like, they're kind of like woodies, but they're not wood. They're by King Art, and you can use them on your, we'll stick with purple here, on your foam stamps. See, it's like a woody, same type of thing going on there. Let me see, this is, it's King Art Artist Mixed Media Gel Sticks. That's what they is. So I'm just gonna draw on these right over it. These do not harm your stamp. Oh, geez, something's going on. Too many alarms, man. Yes. Had some tunes on yesterday. What was I listening to earlier yesterday? A bunch of different stuff. Anyway, can hit it with just a little bit of water just to activate it, right? And then stamp it. There we go. We can connect them here. Maybe if we had a little bit more water, I can keep it darker. There we go. And then I think though for this one, once this dries, I may gel print over this one. Some ink, but I'm gonna leave that to dry for now. Let's do that better. Do it on tissue paper. Wow. Tambien. So again, you write on it with your little mixed media pen there. You wet it, and it gives a really cool effect. It goes through, so be careful. But that is wet strength tissue. So I'm not worried about it ripping. Now these, they clean up just as easily. Oftentimes after I use these, the gel pens or these markers on the thing, the stamps, I'll like give them a quick brush with like one of these doohickeys, soft nail brush. with a little bit of detergent, like Dawn soap, just like, and it cleans them up like a dream, but very gentle, so I don't break anything. You don't want to rough it up. Just a little gentle, even just, or you can put the liquid soap in your hand and do one of these things. Oh, oh, okay, yeah. This is still pretty wet. Is my heat gun? I think my heat gun is plugged in. Let's see. This one extra. That one was extra wet. And let's do. The gray. Let's use the gray. Why not? Trying to get good coverage on this. Really, I just need to be doing the center. Let's get it all over there. Hit that with a little bit of water. Just a little bit. Now, I guess you could go the other way too, like put the paper on top, but sometimes the paper will slide. So I'd rather do it that way, but see. And with that residual ink that was on it from before, that came through as well. Isn't that cool? They set up right away. Really very little movement. Let's see. Just do. See what I could get off that. You guys got me using pinks and purples. My God, what is this world coming to? Oh, look at that. Yeah, this script is probably upside down, but it doesn't matter. I kept looking at it, I'm like, yeah, that's not right. That's okay though. But we can come in. Let's spray him. I'm gonna use the yellow spray. Go. And then maybe kind of blot it. I'm gonna use my baby wipe here. Blot it in certain areas. It doesn't pull up once it goes down. It doesn't pull up a lot, but you can get some. All right, so those. Now, would you guys like to see some heat embossing and stamping? We can do some of that también. We can try some of that. So I just wanted to show you that these are options as well as the woodies. You know, I could use these for hours. It's fun on rice paper too. We do this with the right on the and like with the stamp like this, you can do different colors, right? Spray a little bit of water, put it on some rice paper, or some watercolor paper. Actually, while I have the watercolor paper, let's just do that. Instead of talking about it, just do it. I'm gonna flip this over because there's a lot of yellow left on there. And then because Karen doesn't come on for a while, so I'm gonna keep going until I can't go no more. I can't get no sleep. Dun, dun. Mariah, remember that one? Dun, 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 dun. I can't get no sleep. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, that was a flashback. So, all right, what colors here? All right, let's just start with red. Be as exact as I can. Red section here. Thanks. This is one of my Kaleidoscope snowflake stamps. I believe there's 3. Yeah, Alicia, I think you can because it's the water. It's the if it's the water soluble ones, um, that there's no reason that you cannot do that. Orange, some orange, and then we could do some yellow. One more yellow. Some blue on there left over, but that's okay. Let's do this magenta. I'll do the magenta over here. Hi, Gray. Yes. If y'all didn't see, okay, so y'all got have to go back to Sunday's live stream of PMR Studio and check um the comment section for Gray's breakdown of the entire stream where she's linked it by time. It's hysterical. It is so, so, so funny. Even P commented on it. Like, you got to put this in Bakers. I saw it this morning and I'm just like, that is so flipping hysterical. Oh, you did? Oh, so Sandy says she got some of these at Marshall's. So look out when you go to those places, those discount places. They always in the home section, you may, why am I doing white? That doesn't make sense. You can find art supplies sometimes. I know Patricia Mariah always talk about how home goods. Yes. Shannon, I'm glad you said that. Yeah. We can do one with I have these distress pencils or crayons. We can do those. We'll do those on another stamp. Excuse me. I need a drink here. All right, let's get some agua on here. I'm going to put a little bit on the paper because it is watercolor paper. And this should give us an interesting effect. Let's see here. Fingers crossed, y'all. Blick has the King Art ones. Oh, cool. Yeah, no. So yesterday, I had bought some beer, and I don't really drink just because I don't really go anywhere, and I've never been known to keep alcohol in my house for whatever reason. I just never we never did. Um, so like my dad had beers always in the fridge. That's the only alcohol I ever saw in the house. But look how cool that looks. And even like the blue that got mixed in with the yellow from the ink originally. So check it out. So there you go. So that's on watercolor paper. And look how cute that looks. I'm gonna have to screenshot that. I love that. All right, so that's that one. Now let's use the distress crayons on another one. Paper. Here we go. Yeah, it's fun to do. I actually have a video showing you how I use my woodies with my foam stamps. So you can check that out también. If you go to my channel like later and you go into the main page and you go to the search, this is a tip for anybody's YouTube channel that has content. An easy way to search, if you know certain keywords or you kind of know sort of the idea of what they were doing, making, what you're looking for. You type in a couple of keywords or a keyword, and it usually gives you a list of what those words match, and usually you can find what you're looking for that way. It's a tip from your Uncle Ed. Let's do some flies and some birds. No, these are lantern flies and cicadas. These are my new stamps for PM Artist Studio. There's the other one. Okay, so now let's see. Let's do this one. Let's see. I like this green. This is forest moss. Oops, get out of there. Little crusty bit. Now, be careful because on some stamps there's some delicate stuff, and these pencils, they're not as soft as you think. So just take your time. Go over it gentle. Now, I may go over this in two colors because I feel like I'm missing some areas because I'm being so careful. But that's not what. It's because like these little nubbins, you don't want to rub that too hard. Your Uncle Ed is 84. That's important. Well, I'm not 84. Not yet. Yeah. This is a iced spruce. Don't bring me down, spruce. Sorry. All right, let's spray this with some agua. Everyone's got an Uncle Ed. My Uncle Ed, he passed away a few years back. He was a good guy. He was an artisan in his own right. He did masonry work. He was excellent at it. Not as strong, just because I wasn't rubbing so hard on those. But that's one. Let's try another one. Do this. Gather twigs. Oh, awesome. Yeah, he was cool, Uncle Eddie. He always was very fashionable. The ladies loved him. Now these aren't like maybe these are just old, but they're not coming off as easily onto the stamp as the other pens do. Just quick observation on these. So let's see if I can make this one a little more intense than the other one. The lines are more connected on this, so it's easier to glide over with these. Now, I'm going to do it without spraying the actual stamp. I'm just going to spray the paper a little bit. My hands are filthy. Okay. See how that goes. Much better. Much better. I'm going to hit it with some water again and see what it does. Because it's a water soluble pencil or crayon. Hello, Gina. Yeah, see, that's much better, right? Now, let me just pull up. See, just a little bit I touch there and it starts to pull it up. So if you don't want to pull up any more, don't go over it with the paper towel. But I like that. It does, right? Alicia, it says it looks embossed. Let's get this other cicada down here. I think I can squeeze him in down there. Yeah, why not? Let's do this one. This is a good one. This is the Wild Honey. This was Mariah's nickname in college. Oh yeah, that went on much better. See, some of these are a little softer than the other colors. All right, now for this one, this needs a little bit more water on the paper. Get that water there. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Oh, sorry about that, Alicia. I have no control over that. I just design them. I don't control their noise making. So I guess the pressure does matter. Look at that. It's definitely an interesting look. I do like the consistency better of the other pencils. I just think but these are also much different colors than the brighter colors and stuff, so depending on what you're going to be using it for. Um, all right, so I'm going to set these. Let's see. So I want to do some heat embossing, but let me clear up a little space here. Clean up your toys when you're done with them. Otherwise, you don't get up, go outside and play. Hi, Sherry. How are you? Sherry. Sherry, baby. Sherry. Won't you come out tonight? So I thought on some of these, Maybe do a little embossing in metallic, you know? Okay, Shayla. Let's see here. Like this one. I'm going to come over this one. The same stamp, but with like, maybe we'll do some gold. I have that stamp somewhere in my box of goodies. Nope, not that one, but I can use that one. I'll probably just keep playing around with these once my live stream is done. But all right, hang on a second, guys. I know it's in here. Ta-da! All right, now I need my embossing case. Whole case for the embossing. Oh yeah, look at all the Eddies out there. It's a good name. Yeah, I was named after my dad. He was Eduardo as well. Tambien. Here we go. What's this? This is platinum, but I want gold. Gold rich. That's how I like my men. See. I need some inky. Some of this too. This is just like cornstarch stuff to keep things from your embossing powder from sticking to everything. Like a heat gun. I'm really gonna play around. Things are getting caught up over here. I'll get my well, I'm gonna preheat this. Just a little bit just to get it going. All right, so let's do this. I put these randomly. No, it is invisible ink, so it's hard to see where I put it, but kind of guesstimate. I think I did good spacing them out. Sort of. That's awesome. Thanks, Alicia. That means a lot. Let's do this and then over here. All right. All right, my hands are filthy. All right, let's get this into the pot before I spill it. All right, this little Q-tip thing to hold it so I don't burn my finger. Here we go. Made it extra special there. Now it looks like one of them professionals over at PM Artist Studio did it. Like that Mariah girl. This one too. Now this one I want to do is kind of offset it. Let me just slap some color on it too. It will be covered up by the gold. Okay. Give it a good flick. Excess off. Lovely. I got a beautiful edge here that you can use. On anything. Really anything. Um, these here. So this I'm gonna have to. All right, I didn't use this one, did I? Let me clean it up first. Hi, Anne. How are you? When she's done over there, you want to send her over here? That'd be great. That would be great. All right. All right, color wise, let's see. I think I'm going to use this. This is a terracotta. Use that. Thank you, Mariah. And I was thinking like you could do strips like this. You know how those P made those frames, that frame for me for that to do the image in the could use these to do something like that, like frame something out. You know, man. All right. So why, Karen? You don't want to do it? Yeah, you could do. Yeah, Sherry. Yep, we were talking about that earlier. I forgot to pull out my washi paper. I have some of that. The white, the blank washi paper that I can print on or gel print on. And I've used it before. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Let's try and not make a mess of this. Oh, okay. All right, let's set you to the side. Yeah, Karen, you can speechify and I'll do some hot air balloon. That one didn't melt quite like I expected it to. It's weird. But I mean, it did its thing. It's embossed. I can feel it. That's a cool little background there. Let's see some other ones. Let's do a, I think maybe with this one, wipe this off here. Or, I'm going to use this here, this little stamp. And I'll do some stuff on here. How about that? Try and like fill in some of these gaps here. Not taking on as much of the powder. Yeah, it is what it is. I can't mess with it anymore. I will ruin it. Oh, welcome back, Shannon. Very, very strange, but we shall sally forth. I lost my little thing in the jiggy. Here's another one. Now, I'm wondering if this paper, forgot what this paper was, but it looks like it's sucking in that embossing fluid before, and it's drying too fast before I get the powder down. Got some in there. Hello, Kylie. How are ya? Let's try it on. Let's do this one. This one is just regular paper. And this is the where it makes me piece. All right, this is the love stamp. Let's use this here. I'm gonna clean it up. And this is Love by Karen. Yeah. if the heat has anything to do with the drying so fast, but I think it was the paper that was soaking it in. Yeah. I'm gonna do a couple more, guys, and then I'm gonna sign off. Yeah, I think that's what it basically is, Mariah. It's soaking it up too fast. My pad's juicy. I juiced it up the other day. Much better. Love, love, love. Let's see if I hold it like that, you can see it better. It's wicked shiny. Very cool. And then there is this one here. So let me get, I'm gonna put a little bit more fluid in here. This is some extra embossing ink. Get a little spatula. Let's work it into the pad. And again, these are Darcy's flower centers that I've been using on these particular ones. Still a little pink on there, that's okay. It's gonna get covered up. And I think for this one, I've got some green. This is a pale green, but it's nice. It'll go with this color scheme here. I'm just making sure all the areas get coated nice. Oh, no worries, Kylie. The wonderful thing about YouTube is you can watch a replay. And if you're watching in replay, welcome. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And I will do my best to get photos of stuff I did here today out onto the interwebs for you. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I post a lot of stuff on Instagram. There's a link usually in the description box. I haven't put it in there today, but it's basically the Real Eddie Makes Art on Instagram. You're welcome, Jill. Get that. subtle, but it's really cute. All right, do one more. And Mariah, did you see these with the splash stamp? How cool these look. I love those. I'm not going to mess with these. I love those how they are. Here, let's do this one. So this one I can just use the back of this stamp here to mimic that. It's another stamp like that, but I don't want to dig it out right now. So we'll just go with this. Oops, it's close. All right, I kind of went a little AWOL on that one, but I think it'll turn out fine. Let's do the platinum on this one here. One word there. Oh, I messed that up. My fingers in there, messed it up. Okay. That's good. We have a mess. Okay. Told you today was gonna be messy. Messy. Save the messiest for last. All right. Here's the last one, guys. All right. It's a good way to end. Look at that. So that is just my inks and then embossing. A little more love there. Perfect. Yes, that's what it is, Kylie. It's like bokeh. Bokeh. However you pronounce it. Cool, huh? So there's a lot of stuff you can do with scraps of paper and your inks and all those stamps you got laying around there, man. Put them to use. Make fun stuff. Make pretty strips of paper that you can use in all sorts of stuff. Mushroom one that's so cute. All of these here. Have fun, make a mess, and I will see you guys very soon. Thanks again. Talk to you very soon. Bye.